When we think of religious rules, our minds often go to commandments, laws handed down from a divine authority, etched in stone. Thou shalt not. This is one of the most common misunderstandings when people first encounter Buddhism. They see the Buddha as another lawgiver. But the Buddha wasn't a god, and he didn't deliver commandments. He was a guide, a spiritual friend. He was more like a seasoned mountaineer who had already walked a difficult path to the summit. And the guidelines he offered weren't divine laws. They were practical safety instructions, shared with deep compassion for our own journey. Today, we're exploring the very foundation of the Buddhist path for lay practitioners, the Five Precepts, or Panca-sila in the Pali language. The most important thing to understand is that these are not rules to be blindly obeyed. In fact, each one begins with the phrase, "I undertake the training rule to." It is a voluntary, personal commitment. Think of them not as a cage that restricts your freedom, but as the very foundation that makes true freedom possible. They are the practical steps we take to reduce the harm we cause to ourselves and others, creating the inner peace necessary for wisdom to grow. To truly grasp the function of the precepts, let's use an analogy. Imagine your spiritual journey is like hiking up a beautiful but treacherous mountain path. The precepts are the guardrails along that path. They aren't there to block your view or limit your enjoyment. They are there to keep you from accidentally stumbling off the cliff. They provide the safety needed to continue the upward climb. Let's look at these 5 essential guardrails. Number 1, I undertake the training to refrain from taking life. This is the guardrail of harmlessness. On the surface, it means not killing, but deeper, it is an active cultivation of compassion, metta, for all living things, from the largest animal to the smallest insect. It keeps us from falling into cruelty and violence. Number 2, I undertake the training to refrain from taking what is not given. This is the guardrail of generosity. It's not just about refraining from theft. It's about cultivating contentment and respecting the belongings and efforts of others. It keeps us from falling into the abyss of greed and envy. Number 3, I undertake the training to refrain from sexual misconduct. This is the guardrail of respect. It's about protecting ourselves and others from the harm that can be caused by lust and irresponsible sexual behavior. It encourages us to honor our commitments and to see others as whole beings, not objects for our gratification. It keeps us from falling into patterns of objectification and harm. Number 4, I undertake the training to refrain from false speech. This is the guardrail of truthfulness. This is more than just not telling lies. It includes avoiding harsh words that wound, slander that divides, and idle gossip that poisons connection. It keeps us from falling into the chaos caused by dishonest and unskillful communication. Number 5, I undertake the training to refrain from intoxicants that cause heedlessness. This is the most crucial guardrail because it protects all the others. This is the guardrail of clarity. Any substance or activity, be it alcohol, drugs, or even obsessive digital consumption that clouds the mind, makes us heedless. When we are heedless, we are far more likely to stumble past the other guardrails. This precept protects our most valuable asset on the path, our mindfulness. So how do these ancient guardrails protect us on the path of modern life? The precept on false speech isn't just about telling a lie. It's your guide for navigating social media. Before you post that angry comment or share that juicy rumor, the precept invites you to ask, is this true? Is this kind? Is this helpful? It's the guardrail that keeps you from falling into the toxic abyss of online rage. And the precept on intoxicants. In the 21st century, our intoxicants aren't just in bottles. What about the intoxicating numbness of binge-watching a series for 6 hours? Or the heedlessness that comes from endlessly scrolling through feeds, disconnected from the real world around you? This precept asks us, what are you using to dull your mind? It's the guardrail that protects your precious attention. These aren't outdated rules. They are brilliantly practical tools for navigating the ethical complexities of our modern world with integrity and mindfulness. Let's make this practical. For the next 24 hours, let's focus on just one guardrail, the fourth one, on truthful and skillful speech. Let's call it the mindful pause. Before you speak, send a text, or post online, just take one single breath. In that breath, ask yourself one simple question. Is my intention here to help or to harm? You don't have to be perfect. The goal is not to judge yourself. The goal is simply to notice, to bring a sliver of awareness to the power of your words before they are released into the world. The 5 precepts are not a moral straitjacket. They are an expression of wisdom and compassion. They are the Buddha's way of saying, the path to peace may be steep. Please use these guardrails. They don't confine you, they protect you. They don't limit your freedom, they make it possible. By establishing this foundation of harmlessness and clarity in our daily lives, we create the stable ground upon which the seeds of wisdom can truly grow. If you practiced with us, please feel free to share one insight in the comments below. What did it feel like to bring intention to your speech, even for a day? Thank you for walking a part of the path with us on the Mindful Compass. Until next time, be well.